Well, good morning. We're back at it. It's about 7 o'clock, 6:45, somewhere in there. I don't know. But we're gonna gather the mesa. We've got a bunch of rain coming in, and we were able to gather the entire ranch yesterday. Just the way it worked out. And so we're gonna gather the mesa and get the cattle split off this morning. And then we'll take them down to the scales. But the first task is Henry and I have to go up and get these cows up here. There's a couple of calves and whatnot up there. So we're on our way up there to go do it. That's what we're doing today on the ranch. We found our calves and we are on top of the world here. We can see everything. This is the mesa here. So you can see we got a bunch of cattle over there. There's a cowboy over there. There's some cattle over there. So everybody's gonna come around. Actually, they'll come around this way and over here. And we will get everything gathered up and eventually get them over into the pens over there. All right, here we go. Well, it's been about an hour since I turned the camera on. Henry and I got our cows, and he's up over here somewhere trying to get cattle out of this corner, and I'm up here. We're gonna push them down. They started going back to this tank over there. So there's somebody down there guarding that, and I'm gonna come up here and start pushing these guys down. And I assume Henry and Jerry and Bob will pop over a hill somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure where they're at, but we'll get these up off the hillside here. Oh, I think I see Jerry way up there. Whew. Come on. Hey. That was spooky right there. Come on. Get to moving. So I think we're just gonna hang out here for a minute and see which way Jerry's going, and we'll go from there. All right, so we got all the cattle into the pens. It only rained about 1/10 on us. It's still raining a little bit, but the next thing we had to do is move the cattle from this pen into this pen. Oop, come on, focus. So we can then get the cattle to go through that gate. All the cattle will come in here, and then we'll split the calves off, and all the cows will go through that gate. And what'll be left in here is the calves. And then they come into this pen over here, and we split heifers and steers off, and then they get loaded in a truck and we go weigh them. So that's what we're doing next. So we got cattle down here. They're separated into heifers and steers down here. We've got a couple more loads coming, and then some other horses and cowboys coming to gather this other little pasture over here. And then they're gonna sort off their keeping heifers, and then we'll look at them and sort off anything that is too small or too big. You know, we got to put them into the right weight categories or whatever. And then once that happens, we'll run them across the scales and then probably go get some lunch. And then we're trying to get the brand inspector moved up to tomorrow. And then if that can happen, then we can get the truck potentially moved up and then maybe go home a day early, or if not, maybe get home earlier if we can move the truck up. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Well, we got the truck loaded right as it was raining, and we're right behind the truck, headed up to our place, and we'll see if we're gonna get rained out up there or not. It's supposed to be raining a whole bunch, but one problem at a time. I appreciate y'all watching. The next video is gonna be all about us working the calves and getting them vaccinated and getting him out onto the field. So appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you next time.